It's my business, it's my legacy. What do I want my legacy as a realtor to be further down the line? Partnerships matter. Who you partner with matters. It can be your mortgage lender, it can be your title company, it can be your inspector. These are relationships that I've built, so I already have my go-tos for everything. I know these are people with integrity, and these are people that are going to take care of my clients the way I take care of them. So if I say...
All right, Moseline.
Hi, Lynn.
My friend. Thank you so much for being here.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you. We are here, the purpose of our show is because we want experienced agents like you to share your wisdom, what it was that had you be successful, what has you be successful, and just share that with our friends on the show.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So I know personally your work ethic is very good, and you're a woman of great faith.
Yes, ma'am.
And a lot of your business and a lot of the trusted relationships that you have come from those relationships.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about why you got into real estate in the first place?
Well, I got into real estate because honestly, I just love it. I love serving people and, navigating the real estate market and just, I think about when my husband and I, when we were purchasing our first home, and we went through quite a few realtors, and they were not such good experiences for some, and then we found that one realtor, and she was just awesome. And the part that sticks out most to us is not all of the other ones that we experienced, the bad experiences, but that one good realtor that made our home buying journey just seamless and perfect. So I want to be that realtor that stands out. And I want to be that person that you include in your memories of, okay, I purchased my home and this was my realtor. Not, oh, I purchased my home and I don't even remember who my realtor was. So it's just creating lasting memories for those people who are purchasing and selling, because it's a big investment, right? And you want to have that trusted person with you, and you want to make it a lasting memory and a seamless memory too, as well. So absolutely. I just love real estate, honestly.
Yeah, well, you do, and it shows. It shows. Yeah, it shows. So being that person in people's lives, I know feels really good, and I know that your clients feel that way about you. And what would you say to to the younger agents, not young in age, just young to the business? What would they, that mindset, that drive that you have to serve people? Do you feel that is the avenue to your success, the path to your success, just that heart that you have to serve people? What would say was the catalyst of your success in real estate?
I think it's focusing on serving and building relationships. Because in building the relationship, not only am I serving you, but I'm also building a referral partner. And a lot of my clients refer me because of that relationship and that posture of serving. I'm not the realtor that would say, okay, this is the house. I'm not going to force you into buying anything. I'm not going to force you into selling. I'm just here to guide you as much as I can. And then when you're ready, then we'll talk.
Right.
So it's all about serving. And I know a lot of people, they watch the Netflix shows on the reality shows on selling real estate. And it's, yes, there's a good side where you see the glitz and the glam, and you see that you're making a lot of money, but at the same time, you don't see those relationship building in it. And I think that's a key part of being in the business, building those relationships.
Yeah, definitely. And some of the things that you were, with your clients, especially maybe let's say the first-time home buyer.
Yeah, I have a passion for her.
You
first
do.
Time.
I do.
I have a passion for it, definitely.
That's why I know. I knew that asking that question. But what are some of the things that a first-time home buyer, when you think about that first-time home buyer, that younger family that's just starting out, let's say they're about to start a family, or even the first-time home buyer that's maybe starting a little later in life. We have several of those that are starting, they just never bought and they're starting a little later in life. What would be some of the things you would want them to have in mind? Like, what are some of the things they need to know to be ready to be able to purchase a home?
Well, for my partners or my clients, the first thing that I always suggest to them is getting a clear picture, which you do a fantastic
Thank
job
you.
of providing. Because I don't want them to just go into it not knowing what they're getting into. And, you know, they go into it and then everything goes haywire. And they're like, why did I buy this home? Why did I buy this home? We can't afford it, right? So one thing I like is just making sure that their finances, because that's where it starts. Yes, you may be able to purchase the home now, but what about later on down in the line, you know? So that's where I would start. And that's why I always call you. Like, Lynn, they need a financial picture. Give them a snapshot, because you're the snapshot queen.
Thank you.
So I think that's the first step, just getting pre-approved and just looking at your finances, really.
Yeah. And in the relationship building, though, you know, you start the relationship before you have them start that process, right? So in the relationship piece of it, what are some of the things that you feel are important to build relationships with families so that you can understand how you can best serve them? What are some things you need to know about them?
Well, it's in any relationship, it's getting to know the other person. You don't have to go deep into everything, like what happened 10 years ago, you know, it's where are you at now? And just getting to know, you know, your circumstances, right? Like, what is your vision? So, and that's one thing I always ask my clients, like, what's your vision? What are you looking to do? What does buying a home look like to you? Only because I need to understand how you feel about it and how passionate you are about buying or selling, and then that way I can help you. So I think that's imperative.
So you're able to meet them where they are.
Where they are, and just build from there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like that's so important, because even for us, when we're working with a family, anybody that we're working with, when we're sending a pre-approval out or we're sending information out, financial information out, I don't ever want to send them something they didn't ask for. Yeah. Because then they feel like I didn't listen to them. Yeah. And I don't want that. I want to build a relationship.
Yeah. And that's what happened when my husband and I, when we were purchasing our home. Like, we're telling them what we're looking for, but she's like, oh, you have flexibility, you can afford this. That's not what we're saying to you. You need to focus on our goals, because our goals are not your goals. And we have to think about the future, right? So she's sending us houses $200K over what we're asking for. When we have a budget, and my husband and I, we're very good at budgeting. Good. So we have a budget and we want to stick to it. This is the home that we're looking for. This is the criteria that we're looking for. And they're sending us things that, okay, we don't want a pool. Why are you sending me houses with pools? Right. And like, you're not listening to me. Right. So it's important that you listen to your clients, because that overall will add on to their experience as well.
Yeah, and I know sometimes we have to really help our client understand that what their financial expectations are may not meet the market. Yes. And that can be a challenge at times. Yes. But if someone's sending you properties that are $200,000 over what you're qualified for, or not even what you're qualified for, what you want to buy.
What you want to buy,
Now you can't help but have that comparison as well. Yeah. So meeting people where they are, showing them where they are. Sometimes, I know you and I have had clients where they've actually walked themselves up the path a little bit. Yep. But they've done it, and we've guided them through it versus us telling them, showing them what they're not asking for.
We don't want to ever pressure anyone into purchasing something, because it's an investment, and it's 30-year investment. It's not, okay, I'm buying it now. It's not a car payment where you'll be done with it 5-7 years or however long you pay for. It's 30 years of their life. So you want to make sure that you treat it with care, because it's a delicate situation.
It is. Yeah, and you do treat everybody with care.
I am very meticulous about how I treat my clients, only because I look at it how would I want to be treated. And I remember my experience and my frustrations when no one's listening to you and they're just trying to make a buck. It's not about the buck all the time. Yeah. It's about the relationship. It's about making sure that they get the home that they're looking for. And it's about making their family happy. It's their investment. So let them be happy with their investment.
Yes. And I know as a woman of great faith that you have, that you're very committed to the family, a family unit.
I am.
You're very committed to your family.
Yes.
Your husband's committed to you in a beautiful way. You manage your household beautifully.
Thank you.
And that's just being on the same page. You know? And I know that you want that for your clients.
Definitely. And it's not, especially when you're working with families, you have to make sure everybody is satisfied, not just satisfying the wife or the husband or the kids would like it, but the parents can't afford it. You know, you have to have those hard conversations sometimes.
Yes.
Those needed conversations that they probably don't want you to talk about, and either they like you as a realtor or they don't. But I walk away knowing that, you know, I was providing sound advice. Yeah. And I can sleep at night.
Yes, absolutely. You shed the light on the darkness.
Yes.
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 Yeah,
and sometimes they want to, you know, they want to purchase above what they can afford. And that's where you step in as a realtor. Because as a realtor, you're not just their, you know, you're not just their counselor through buying it, right? You're also their friend. I look at it that way. And you're their partner. So if I see a deal going bad, as a partner, I'm going to say, Lynn, I don't think this is the deal for you. And it wouldn't be, I wouldn't be a good person, a woman of faith, if I didn't advise. You know?
Yeah, that's really living in a state of true abundance.
Yes.
Because you truly believe that if, and I believe that too, that as long as we help people, we serve people appropriately, the rest will all work out.
It will work out.
It will work out. Your good faith and your good integrity will be rewarded in some capacity, and you know that. So when you have those conversations, you can take your own fear and concern out because you just have faith in the fact that if I do right by people, it will be rewarded.
Work out. And it has happened, whereas I had to have hard conversations that they didn't want to hear, and then so they had to, you know, remove themselves from the home buying situation for now, and then they send me a referral only because I was honest with them, and they're like, I think you should work with this realtor because she's very honest and she
told me the truth.
Yeah. And they always say I have a great lender.
I love it. Thank you. You know, I've been in that situation many times over the years where we've had people that, you know, came to us with the wrong information, and then what we compete against is not necessarily, you know, if we have in a fair competition amongst great agents, amongst great people in our profession, that's a healthy competition. Yeah. But when we're competing with wrong information, it makes it challenging.
It does. It does.
Because now we're telling them the truth of what's the actual number, and versus they don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of those hard conversations. And, you know, I can tell you that, you know, to anyone hearing this, agents that are coming into the business, being able to have those conversations and not cave in to the wrong information and just compromise yourself is so important, because every single time we stick to our integrity, our name gets bigger and bigger.
It does. And just stick to your, you know, your ethics, your work ethics, and, you know, your faith, or, you know, whatever drives you, and not caving in, like you say, because it will pay off in the long run. Yeah. And it's not all about the money. Right. It's not. It's about building, because you have to look at it. You're building your business, because real estate is my business. It's my business. It's my legacy. What do I want my legacy as a realtor to be further down the line?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. 100%. And it does build over time. It does. Because more and more people know. They know you, they like you, they know they can trust you with their business, they know they can speak to you as a friend. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And definitely. They can trust you with their family. Yeah. And it's a great honor when I see that someone's calling me because, hey, my sister's looking, and you know, those relationships are like protected relationships, or my best friend, or my mom, like, you're trusting me with your mom? Right. This is huge for me. And I don't take it for granted. No, not at all. It is a huge compliment. It is. It is, yeah. And I feel that way as well. Yeah. I really do. And it's almost like, wow, it's like such an honor. It is. It's an honor. The referral is an honor. And they don't just refer you like, oh, call Maoseline. They know, no, call Maoseline. She's going to take great care of you. Exactly. She's going to tell you the truth. So it's not like just a referral. When you come from that place, it's not like someone's giving your name out. They're saying, you got to call her. Yeah. She's going to take great care of you. I mean, you develop raving fans. Yeah, yeah. And then they're calling for advice. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? Hey, I need to file my homestead exemption. What am I supposed to do? And then I'm like, okay, let me contact Lynn so you can get it sorted out. So, you know, I think it's just a beautiful thing, you know, just to be in real estate and to meet people and, you know, to get to know their families. It's wonderful. It is. Yeah. It is. Yeah. I love it, honestly. Yeah, I do. I can talk about real estate all day. Yeah, you do. You do. My husband, he's like, oh, she's talking again. She's gone down the rabbit hole. Yeah. It's a good rabbit hole. Yeah. So what's some of the practices that you do daily for your success? Any specific daily practice that you have? Well, I do have a routine. Okay. And it helps keep me on track when it comes to my business, right?
And routines are imperative, especially as new agents. You can't just wing it. You have to have a routine. If you're gonna make your calls, if you're gonna follow up, if you're gonna, do searches for clients, like you have to have your routine. And I think that has helped me tremendously because it keeps me on track.
Yes. Yeah, the discipline of it.
It is.
Yeah, physical discipline.
Yes.
Spiritual work discipline.
Everything.
Yeah.
So we get up typically at 4:30, 4:45, and my day starts after I come from the gym. Then it starts at 8 o'clock. Like if it's not listening on calls, if it's not making calls, it's something in regards to my business.
Yeah, every day.
It's my baby and I have to take care of it.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, good for you.
Thank
well,
you.
That's what makes you successful.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what makes you successful.
Thank you.
Anything else you would like to share? Anything that you think, an agent or anyone listening that you would like them to know about you? Anything specific or? I mean, I know there's so many great things about you, but anything related to real estate or not related to real estate? Anything about your family?
I would say partnerships matter. Who you partner with matters. It can be your mortgage lender, it can be your title company, it can be your inspector. And these are relationships that I've built, so I already have my go-tos for everything. So and I know these are people with integrity, and these are people that are going to take care of my clients the way I take care of them. So if I say, Lynn, can you call my client? I have someone that's looking to buy a house. I know with all my heart that you're going to take good care of them because we have a great partnership. And I think that matters. That's partnership with clients, at home, your relationship with your family. It also trickles into the business. So how you treat your family is how you treat your clients as well.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's a great question that I have for you, actually. How do you balance that? Because you are successful in real estate, but you have such a beautiful commitment and balance with your family. I mean, you tell us where, if you have something going on, you say it, and it's actually really beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
It is, because not everybody has the ability to decipher the difference, and you definitely have it all in the right perspective. So how do you balance that?
It's just being intentional because, yes, I want to grow my business, but I love my family at the same time. And I have to be able to create that balance, not only for myself, but also for my kids and my husband. Because what you pay attention to the most will get your full focus. And I don't never want to lose focus on my family. So it's just being intentional. Sometimes I have to time block. I'm like, okay, this is my family time. I'm not doing anything. And my husband, he likes it. At first, it was a roller coaster, trying to figure everything out. But afterwards, being intentional about it, I was able to calm it down just a little bit. Because when you first get into the business, you want to meet everybody. You want to talk to everybody. You want to do everything. You want to do open houses. You want to talk to everybody in the grocery stores, build new clients. You want to door knock. You want to cold call. But you can't do everything all at the same time. So it's just being intentional.
Being able to balance it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. And knowing that you're not going to get it right in the beginning.
No.
And it's okay.
And it is definitely okay.
Yeah, you got to find your way through.
Yes.
That's such great advice.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really good advice. Because not knowing, sometimes we go into something, especially in this type of business, that there's no hours.
There are no hours.
There's no hours.
We're 24/7.
That's right.
Like the gas stations.
That's true. We're 7-Eleven of the real estate. No, for real. It's being able to, for real, it's like, there are no set hours. Being able to serve people at the time that they have can become taxing at times.
Yeah.
On the family unit, because you have to have a good supportive partner that understands we got to flow like that. My husband's like that too.
Yeah.
Because it's for the greater good of the family, but it's also to serve the client based on their needs. It can't be about our own all the time.
Yeah.
And then there's those times for me, for sure, that I have to shut down because there's something specific going on with my family that has to take my attention.
Yeah. And it's great to have that balance as well. And kids, they don't. My little ones are 15 and 7. So I know, okay, my 15 and 14-year-old, I won't have them in the house for a very long time because they're going to go off to college and they're going to start their own lives. So I want to make sure I don't lose out on any moment with them, and that's why I've been very intentional about it. And my husband, he's a great supporter, and he supports me. But at the same time, if my kids have track, I'm going to the track because I want, when they look back, they remember, okay, mommy was there instead of mommy was at an open house, So, and those things matter to them. So
absolutely,
it's just prioritizing at the right time.
Yeah, and I think even enrolling our children in you know what's important to our business. You know, my kids know. Like it was so cute when my kids were little. They would know if I was on the phone and they were little. But you know, I never wanted I never wanted my family to interfere with my clients' needs. But I never allowed my clients to interfere with my family's needs. And that is a juggling act.
It is.
It's a juggling act. But my children understood, you know, that I was on a business call, and my daughter more than my son, but she would think, okay, mommy's on a call, you know, and it would be like they understood, okay, like for us to have this life and to do the things, we've got to let mommy
have to do
that call. Yes.
And my kids, it's a beautiful thing, because once I close, it's not just me closing. It's like the entire family's closing.
Right.
Because we're all celebrating. We're going to dinner, or you know, they get me balloons.
I love
it. Because it's something for everybody.
To celebrate. Yeah. They're celebrating your victories.
Yes, our victory. Because
yes.
ultimately, you know, my hope is that they continue, you know, in my footsteps and go into real estate as well. But if not, then it's fine.
Regardless, you're teaching them to celebrate their wins.
Yes.
And that alone is a great lesson.
Yes.
I can promise you that. Celebrating our wins. Because, you know, as people, we can be so hard on ourselves.
We are. We don't give ourselves enough grace.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's like, okay, well, now we were given this beautiful closing and we've created this experience for our client. Like, why should we not celebrate? Like, don't go into the next one. Take a moment, celebrate the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's very important.
Yes.
That's important.
Yes.
Even with track, my kids, you know, if their time go down 2 seconds, we're celebrating.
Yes.
Because it takes a lot of hard work.
Yes, good for you.
Yeah.
Celebrating the win. I love it. I love it. Celebrating the win. Taking that one. Yes, I'm going to do that more.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So looking back, let's say you're years from now, children are older, you've really accomplished so much in real estate. If you could look back and think, what is the one thing that you just want to be remembered for? The legacy you leave in real estate.
The legacy I leave in real estate. I would say I want to be more than just a realtor. I want to be a trusted advisor. I want to be a trusted partner. So I would think, just be more than just a realtor. Because realtor is it's just a title, right? I want to be Moseline, the trusted advisor.
Yes. Well, you are that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you will leave that legacy, I promise you.
Thank you.
That's
for all your real estate needs.
That's right. That's right, Moseline.
Yes.
I thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
She said, I'm nervous. And
I'm nervous.
You just went and went. I love it. You were perfect. I thank you. And thank you for your contribution to the agents out there and to your clients and to who you are as a human being. The world's a better place with you in it.
Oh, thank you, Lynn.
It's true.
Thank
you,
Moseline. Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you, Lynn.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.